So for this example, we are going to be determining body fat percentages, and it's a pretty straightforward equation. The equation is, I'm just going to put it right up here. It is weight minus LBM, and LBM stands for lean body mass. We then multiply that by 100 and divide the whole thing by weight. And of course, weight is in pounds. Now, before we could determine body fat percentages, we need to determine lean body mass. And lean body mass is the amount of fat that your body is carrying. And since men and women carry fat, or fat is distributed differently, we have two different equations in order to help determine the lean body mass. We have one for women and then another one for men. So this is a lean body mass for women. You can see there's a lot of variables here. We have weight, waist, wrist, forearm, and hips. And this is the lean body mass equation for men. And there's only two. And that's strictly because of the way the fat is distributed amongst the two different types of body types. So in order to determine her lean body mass, for Katie, it says Katie weighs 145 pounds with wrist circumference 6.5 inches, waist 28 inches, hips 36 inches, and forearm 10 inches. Harvey weighs 202 pounds with waist measurement of 32.5 inches. Determine the body fat percentages for each person. So of course, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to determine each gender's lean body mass. So for Katie, we're going to go 0.732 times her weight, and her weight is 145 pounds, minus 0.157 times her waist, and her waist is 28 inches. Plus her wrist divided by 3.14, and her wrist is 6.5 inches. We'll add that to 0.434 of the measurement of her forearm, and her forearm is 10 inches, minus 0.249 of the measurement of her hips, and her hips are 36 inches. And then we have this constant here, plus 8.987. This comes out to be 106.14 minus, and this comes out to be 4.396 plus, and this comes out to be 2.07 plus, this is 4.34 minus, this comes out to be 8.964. And then we add on 8.987. Go ahead and do the arithmetic all the way through. And Katie's lean body mass is 108.177. We do the same thing for Harvey. 1.082 times his weight. His weight is 202 pounds. Minus 4.15 times his waist, and his waist is 32.5. And then we have this constant, 94.42. This is 218. When we go ahead and we do the arithmetic, 0.564 for 4.15 times 32.5. So we minus 134 0.875. And then, of course, we add on our constant here, 94.42. So Harvey's lean body mass is 178.109. So now that we have their lean body masses, we can then use that to help determine their body fat percentages. So Katie's lean body mass, we calculated as 108.177. And Harvey's lean body mass, we calculated as 178.109. So then Katie's body fat percentage, we take her weight, that's 145, minus her lean body mass, which we, of course, determined to be 108.177, times that by 100, and then divide that by her weight of 145. So her lean body mass comes out to be approximately 25.4%. And body weight percentages is always in a percentage. Do the same thing for Harvey. His weight is 202 minus his lean body mass, 178.109, times that by 100, divide that by his body weight of 202, and his body weight percentage, or body fat percentage, is approximately 11.83%. So now we have this chart here, and this chart here kind of tells you where men and women should be as far as their body fat percentages. It's a very general chart, but you can see that they're different for men and women, obviously because of the way the fat is distributed amongst the two. So you can see for men, a normal body fat percentage is somewhere between 13 and 17%. For anyone over 24%, they would be considered obese. For women, the normal body fat percentage is 20 to 25%. Anybody over 30% would be considered obese. So we can see right here for Katie, she's at 25.4%. So she's a little over normal. She certainly is not obese, but she's a little over normal. So maybe there's some fat that she wants to lose or something, or maybe she's a little on the chubby side. And then for Harvey, he's 11.83. Well, you could see he's below normal. So maybe he can be considered on the skinny side, or maybe he's very fit. Maybe he's an athlete, or he can be considered athletic. But there we go.